Hi, this is John from Atlanta Comedy Theater. You're watching Around Atlanta.
Hi, John Walker. Welcome to Around Atlanta.
Well, thank you for having me.
John, tell us your background.
Well, been in Atlanta about 19 years, and I love comedy, first of all. I used to go to the Uptown Comedy Theater back in the days. I just love comedy. I'm a wannabe comedian. But I actually work in the healthcare industry. I'm a surgical first assistant. I assist doctors around the Atlanta metro area in surgery. So it's a far cry from the funny, but it's a serious job that I do.
Who are your partners and how did you all come together?
Oh, that's a very funny story. First of all, one of the major owners is Gary Abdobu, and his partner, another partner is Abraham, I forget his last name, and another guy who does the same thing I do is Tyrone Rogers. And I can remember it specifically sometime September 2015 or therefore before August 2015. He told me to read text messages from Gary. So, and it says, hey, open up a comedy club, in, Atlanta area. Are you interested? And I'm like, what? A comedy club? That's what I told Tyrone Rogers, one of my other partners. He was in the operating room at the time. I said, well, let me call Gary. I know Gary. So I called Gary up and said, hey, man, what's going on with this comedy club? He was a little, diverging about it because he didn't want a lot of the information to get out because he just didn't want a lot of people knowing at that time until we got it open. And as he found out who I was and who I knew, because I didn't tell him who I was, I didn't want to put names out there either. He said, oh, okay, hold on, different story. We're going to open up a comedy club. And I said, I want to be in. And he said, well, we're going to have a meeting next week. Why don't you come to the meeting? We'll go have a meet at the Cheesecake Factory, have some dinner, and we'll talk about it. That's how that transcribed.
So what made you all want to open up a comedy club?
Well, the place we're at right now used to be a comedy club early on. It used to be called Legends. I heard about it, but I was always still going to uptown, downtown. And I was like, Legends Comedy, in Norcross, Georgia. I was like, I'm not going to. Some of the comedians I know told me to check it out. And I didn't check it out. And it's only like 15 minutes from my house. So it was very convenient for me to come and get the funny. So that's why it closed down. And Gary saw an opportunity to bring the funny and to say, hey, let's open this place up.
What sets you all apart from other comedy club establishments?
Well, first of all, we consider ourselves upscale comedy. We have all diversities. We have all genres of comedies. We do jazz here. We do birthday parties. And you can rent the venue out to do pretty much anything you want within reason. That's one of the reasons. And we bring major acts. And I call it personally the funny of the suburbs.
So what made you all pick this location?
Well, the location was, like I said before, it was a comedy club already, but they didn't really market it, and it's it's in the suburbs, so people don't have to go all the way downtown in this area, the northeast area of Atlanta. They don't have to go downtown. So we make it more convenient for those people. We have a more mature crowd for the most part, and we have free parking. We don't charge anybody for park here, and we have plenty of parking.
If someone wants to perform at your club, how do they go about doing that?
Well, first of all, we have an open mic on Wednesdays. For amateurs, sometimes professionals come in, just get on stage and do a little set, and just because they work out, they work on new materials with people in town. We had a couple people come in. George Wallace came in, George Wallace came in and just was on a Wednesday night. It's our open mic night, amateur night. And that's how we do it.
Who are some of the celebrities you've had perform at Atlanta Comedy Theater?
We had people perform. We had Cedric the Entertainer, Mike Epps, Arsenio Hall. Cat Williams came through as an audience member. We asked him if he wanted to do it. So he said, no, I'm just a fan. Who else did we have? some of the local guys that come through, a lot of the Atlanta All-Stars that come through, Jordan Jackson, Ronnie Jordan, K-Dub, the radio guy from 107, Ricky Smiley. He came and did an event here. And we have celebrity guests. Usher's been through here. Who else? Johnny Gill, Jagged Edge were friends of mine. They came through. Quite a few people just come up here. What's her name? It was a woman that was, she played in, what was that movie? With Whitney Houston? I can't think of her name, but there's a lot of celebrities come through here too just to check out the show.
Tell us some of your past events and upcoming events.
Okay, we throw birthday parties. There was a major real estate person, and I was surprised. It was on a Wednesday night, as a matter of fact. I'm pulling the parking lot. It's kind of half, but it was packed. I'm like, the parking lot is packed. Major event. I figured her name, Pat something. She threw a birthday party here. We have Mother's Day brunch, Father's Day show. We're getting ready to do a crab tonight, which is July 12th. Crab legs for $9.99 show for comedy. And that's what we're doing tonight. And we have Mike Epps coming back in July. We have Dick Gregory. And we have Paul Mooney coming. We're working on, we have Deion Cole this weekend. So those are some of the things that's coming on.
Please give us your website and your social media.
We have Instagram, Atlanta Comedy Theater. Instagram, Atlanta Comedy Theater on Facebook. Those are some of our venues. And the people on our social media get to know what's coming first. And we also have a website that you can be a part of. Just go online and get emails and it'll tell you what's going on. Leave your name and number. We'll send you some free passes via text. So that's how.
Well, John, thank you so much for coming to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for watching Around Atlanta. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe.